Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic week. My name is Joel Duggan. Welcome back to the channel. We are doing the Lego Let's Chat, of course, every Friday. And we are going to be picking up where we left off on the Back to the Future time machine set with bags 5 and 6 out of nearly 12. So it's going to be a few weeks, I think, before we finish this up. Last time we added a lot of I guess length to the vehicle, and then we also had this cool elastic powered mechanism that changes, I believe, the wheels from drive mode to flight mode, which may be how I display the final model. I might try to find a stand for it and have it be airborne, so to speak. Few fun things. I made a slight adjustment to the camera angle, so I moved it a little bit closer to me, so there's less table space down here that gets cut off. So I might have to be, I guess, conscious of that today. If I'm getting anything out of frame, folks that are here live in chat, please let me know. Speaking of live in chat, Cosmic Dancer, Dan Grice kicking around, 100,555. Good to see everybody. Hope you're having a good week. I'm having a good week, but I'm having one of those weeks where nothing is going according to plan. Everything is still getting done. But if you're like me and you're a planner, then when everything happens but not according to the plan that you originally set out, it can be a little frustrating, unsettling even. Still a more productive week than you're having. Well, there's that. And I want to say, like, I'm not complaining. I was talking with a friend last night, and I've got friends and family that are dealing with all kinds of levels of crap, to put it lightly. And I'm not. I don't have anything really too harsh to complain about in the grand scheme of things. Like, I mean, I'm building Lego live on Twitch on a Friday afternoon. Like, there are worse things in my first world problems. So I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I have. But that still doesn't mean that when my week goes wonky, I don't notice, because I've definitely noticed. I've also been hitting the gym really hard, which has been good. And again, not complaining. I really enjoy a good solid week in the gym. But boy, has it slowed me down. Spoiler, I'm not 23 anymore. Imagine that. But it has been fun to finally hit my stride after, I want to say it's been a good 6. Well, no, I've been back for 9 months, but I want to say about 2 or 3 months ago, I really hit, I want to say, a stride with the gym, and I've been making a lot of progress. So that's always fun. This looks like a fairly straightforward bag of pieces. This is bag 5 for people keeping track. How are the audio levels, by the way? Are good? I went looking, unfortunately, last minute, so I'll have to try and find something for next time, for some royalty-free Christmas music, like, you know, background Christmas jazz or something. I know that there's some jazz that I can get royalty-free. I know I'm Kibitz has a jazz playlist, so I might look into that. That could be kind of fun for next week. I don't know if it's Christmassy, but I mean, jazz is kind of Christmassy anyway. One of my favorite Christmas albums is actually the Charlie Brown Vince Guaraldi Trio soundtrack. I quite like that, which might make me sound old. But I like jazz anyway, so. Speaking of, actually, I have a recommendation for people. Stella Catherine Cole. Look her up on Instagram or YouTube. Maybe if one of my mods can throw a link in the chat. She is a young jazz singer in New York, and she is absolutely phenomenal. And she's been doing some Christmas songs lately, so I think you'll enjoy that. These are really bizarre little pieces. I've never seen those before. What are my plans for streaming next week? That is a good question. Right now, what's on the schedule for next week is recording the Spawn Chunks episode 224 on Monday. I am then I'm borrowing a vehicle Monday evening, so I will not be streaming Monday. From what I can well, I shouldn't say not. I may not be streaming Monday, depending on my plans. Tuesday, I am not streaming because I'll be running errands. Very similar on Wednesday, I'm sure. If I can get everything ready for Christmas, I'll be streaming on Thursday and potentially Friday. I mean, Friday is pretty chill. Friday's this Lego, so I'm probably going to try to stream. I mean, I won't be streaming Saturday or Sunday. And certainly not Monday either, I don't think. So, we'll have to see. The plan is to take a good chunk of time off, but I'm also not traveling, and there's some family visits and stuff that have to happen. So I'm assuming that the majority of my streaming, instead of next week, will actually be the week between Christmas and New Year's. So I'm thinking like that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday between Christmas and New Year's, I'm probably going to be online. That makes sense. No Christmas music, please. Okay. I guess the mods are the few people that can't listen to the stream on mute. I would totally play the Charlie Brown Christmas album if it wasn't like a terrible idea from a copyright perspective. I don't yet have the capability to remove background audio. I haven't switched over to OBS Studio yet. Something I'm thinking about doing in the new year, but it's just one of those things where like right now OBS desktop is working, and the moment that I rock the boat, it will not work, I'm sure. Do I have odd pieces? Sort of. All very slidey, and I'm feeling very, it's weird, like I'm sort of feeling unsteady today. I'm not sure why. Oh, DWC right on the little slant. That's cool. Is that the fact that the same songs go over and over and over again, just sung by different people? Yeah, I guess that's why I like Christmas jazz, I think, is because they tend to be very different compared to regular Christmas carols. Oh, I know that working in retail, when I used to work in retail, it was the worst. Because the playlist was like an hour long. And people are on shift for, you know, like 6 to 8 hours. Realizing that some of those are different. Well, I'm all about these little bags, if that's how they're going to roll. I'd rather do a lot of small bags than one giant one. That's the black done. Lots of cool silver pieces. We're probably getting closer to building outside on the car. Moonlit, hello, welcome in. Yeah, that's true, Dan. When I was working in retail, I would kind of block out the music too. I wasn't really listening to it. I think the thing is that you'd get like an earworm. Something would just get stuck in your head, and there'd be no escaping it, right? Does anybody actually have like a favorite Christmas game? I mean, I've already mentioned mine being the Charlie Brown Christmas album. I don't know if I have a favorite song from that one. I tend to stay away from the more religious carols, and I like the fun ones. One of our favorite albums growing up when we were kids, my sister and I, which we still like, is the Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole Christmas album is pretty good. I think one of my favorite tracks from that is the one called "I'm the Happiest Christmas Tree." If you're in a bad mood about Christmas music, I challenge you to go listen to that and not like tap your foot and want to sing along. I really need to find a better place for this microphone. I can't really extend my arm without bumping it. I'm going to stop answering questions about Christmas so I don't make myself look like the Grinch. Hey, being a Grinch is allowed. I mean, I don't recommend it all the time. Surely having small cosmics around should help with Christmas excitement. I feel like I've gone a little bit crooked, but I'll survive. Funny, I can see my iPad kind of bobbling out of the corner of my eye, and I know the camera's not shaking, but it makes it feel like I've bumped the table somehow. Yeah, I can understand. At least you can, you know, live vicariously through the little cosmics. Really hard to see which way is up with these clear pieces. It's like working with glass in Minecraft. I don't think these will all fit, but we'll try. Not bad. Not bad for the first bag of the day. I mean, they would give us 9 of these and not 8. Anyway. Am I sure I'm not bumping the table? You know what? Oh, you know what? I wonder if... Hold on. I did have to move... I wonder if I'm bumping the actual table that the camera's on. Sorry about that. So hopefully... So if I move this table, the lights will shake. Camera should... So the iPad stand and the camera are attached to the desk next to me, not this desk on purpose. I'll share a screenshot in the Discord for people that are curious if you want. I don't remember what page we were on, so let's just go to page 100 and see where we were. Hey, good memory. What did I say? This was bag 5? Yeah. Good stuff. I think the table isn't quite centered either because I've got a little bit of room. I've got about 5 or so inches over that way, but that works out well because that's where I keep my coffee. But I've got a lot more room this way. Yeah, like the edge of the table is only like an inch out of shot that way. This is because the arm that I have from Elgato isn't long enough to be in the center of this table, so, which is fine. I don't mind having like an off-center workspace. It means like I've got space to put stuff where I'm not using it. Start off with these guys. Oh no, I'd very much like to know if the shot is moving, especially because these things are 3 hours long. Like if I can fix something quickly, right, then I would rather do that now than have an entire VOD that's out there on YouTube only to have it be shaky. Because the idea of the YouTube VODs is it's just a way to try to bring some people to Twitch, maybe have some discoverability on YouTube. It's not very much. And some people prefer to watch VODs on YouTube because like they might have YouTube Premium. They can, you know, listen with the device closed, like stuff that you can't necessarily do when you're watching a Twitch VOD. Also, the YouTube VODs are an archive and they last, you know, a lot longer than I think it's 6 weeks or 8 weeks that a VOD on Twitch. So if somebody liked one of the Star Wars sets from like earlier this summer, they can go back. They can go back and watch them. Whoops. Well, this is coming together quite quickly. Black pieces. I think 8 weeks is Twitch VODs? Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well. I do remember last week or the week before, I was bouncing my knee And I remember just kind of popping the VOD on YouTube just to kind of check it out, and I'm going like, oh, I was obviously bouncing my knee or doing something that was shaking the camera. Well, this is, I believe, the front fender. It's interesting how we take all those little fancy blue translucent pieces and hide most of it, right? You're really only going to see just this one strip right there. And that goes right here. You can see the different places where it's going to connect. So at least now we know that is the absolute front edge. Everything else is going to be going back towards the rear of the car. Important Christmas question, however, is the annual Duggan pudding going ahead this year, and when can I expect to laugh at the captions? Yeah, that's that'll happen next week. I give it out as a gift over the holidays, and so I don't make it too far ahead of time. I could make it and freeze it, but I don't know. I like the idea of getting fresh and giving fresh stuff first. So it lasts like a good week or more in the fridge. So, you know, you give someone, I'd say 4 to 5 servings, because it's a big pudding and then it's quartered, and I give a quarter to different families and I keep a quarter for myself. So I want to say it's about 4 servings that I give out as a gift, and that's like Christmas or Boxing Day, depending on who's having it. And then you can save it and have another like dessert New Year's Eve sort of deal. But I've picked up the brandy for the sauce. I have that already. Actually, I have to make the sauce. I've been drinking the brandy and I have to make sure I don't drink too much of it so that I have enough for the sauce. It's a big bottle of brandy. I should be fine, but... Alright, so now we need this guy. I have no idea what this is. Or rather, I know where it goes, but I'm not sure how it connects. Oh, I think I've got the box in front of me and I'm starting to see it now. That's where these guys come in. Funny angle pieces. And then we add one of these. And that is, I believe, the top of the wheel well. It looks like that. And then that attaches here. You start to see the wheel well. And then that creates the angle on the hood. Yeah, whoever designed this, hats off. Like, this would be hard. Thanks for the lurk, Hunter. Always great to see you. Appreciate you coming by. ASAP Beastie. Bye now. Have a nice life. Every once in a while, I like beating the moderators to the ban hammer. Does not happen very often, I will confess. I mean, chances are that was not a person. There was a good chance that was a bot. Because, like, speed run it. Are you aware of what I'm doing? You misclicked and almost banned Hunter. That would have been a funny surprise for Hunter to come back to. Wait, what? How did I go from a stand-up member of the community and a moderator to being banned? So this is the same thing, just reversed. To go on the other side. Yeah. I find it interesting that these were in place only to be covered up, but... Oh, I missed a piece. And then we've got blue piece, yellow pieces, big black piece, and these two. There's something really fun about putting in really bright colors, even if they do eventually get covered up. Also, thankfully, mods can't ban other mods. It has to be the channel owner. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because that way, if like a mod account got hacked by someone, then you wouldn't be able to wreak havoc. Another part of the wheel well. Two of these. 4. Oh, we have to do 2 of these. Okay. Whoops. Now I really wrecked the place. Bah. 2 of those. And 2 of these. So I've got a neighbor that has some trash bags out behind their shed. I'm not exactly sure what they're for. They might be just like compost or whatever. But I can see them from my studio window here when I sit at the table. And I can also see them from my living room window out of the corner of my eye. And it's so distracting when I'm trying to sit down and watch television because I can see movement out of the corner of my eye. And you're just like, wait, what's that? What's moving around? How's that? What's happening? Because, I mean, it's not like nothing crazy. It's just like when you see like a squirrel run by or a crow or something, you know, your brain kind of makes you look to the side, but it's never an animal. It's always just the trash bag blowing in the wind. All right, so then these go on here. Betting that they, oh, no. I did that wrong. Somehow. Oh, I see. This is too close. There we go. That makes sense. Very cool. All right, so now we need black singles, 2 of these, those 2, this is always something I find fascinating, the crazy side connections, how all this ends up running together. So these are headlights. Up here. Oh, I didn't need 2 of those out. Now this part I always find challenging because these things, they're never square because they can twist. I always find it hard to line everything up. It's almost like a Rubik's Cube. I'd say that's pretty good. That is the right headlight. You can see where they attach here, and there's just a little bit of a height difference. They attach just like that. Which is interesting because you can see like the little bits of red through the headlight. It's cool because I can see where they would put LEDs, you know. I also think that this is going to lock... Oh, did that come out? Hold on. It's probably going to lock the hood in place too. Oh, that's on there. Good. That. No, that's attached. Curious to see how. Yeah, that's a little bit wonky. I would have preferred that resting on something on the end. But anyway. Breaks said, do you want me to take them at the end of a bag or on the hourly? Whichever is closer. If we're like 5 minutes away from the hour, then we'll take it on the hour. But if it's 15 minutes or more, then I'll probably open up the bag and get started. So we're going to do that again in a different order. Yeah, I tend to go with whatever feels right for breaks on these Let's Chats. It depends too on the conversation. There is no eggnog in my coffee. I'm out of eggnog. And I did not go to the gym today, so I did not go to the grocery store, which is right next door. I have to run out and do an errand after stream today, so I might go get some then. Depends. I have very specific tastes in eggnog, and if they don't have the right brand, I tend not to buy it. Which is good. Keeps me from just having a constant eggnog IV drip during the holiday season. I gotta remember to take that track off of the playlist. Now we need the DWC. Two of these. And these just attach to the front. Sorry, it's DM. I had it upside down. Delorean Motor Company. And as for what coffee, I am drinking the Kirkland, which is a Costco brand here in Canada. Starbucks roast, just a medium. The other one I have, I can't remember the brand name, but it's Sumatran, and it's low acidity, which I find a nice smooth cup of coffee as well. I like the Kirkland because it's strong, but I like strong coffee. Brewed in a French press, which I will be refilling shortly. So I only need one of those, one of these, one of those, one each of these. Because some of this stuff, I guess, is like extra bits that Doc Brown would have put on the DeLorean. Turn it into a time machine. So some of these parts are a little bit unique. And then that fits over here. There's like a power cable that attaches to that. Yeah, DMC, the DeLorean Motor Company is the manufacturer. They only make the one car. Or made. You can get the DeLorean in Forza as well. I've never been able to unlock it, but you can do it. I don't remember what you have to do. It's a pain in the butt, and I didn't find it as fun as I was hoping. It would be really great if there was some little Easter egg if you got the DeLorean in the game, and even if it wasn't something like that really happened, but like just having sparks that fly out of the wheels at 88 miles an hour would be hilarious. Because you can absolutely get cars up to that speed in that game, for sure. That's looking really cool. Right, so on to some black pieces there. Yeah, I feel like if they just gave you some sparks that fly out of it, some special effects, and then some fire trails, I think that'd be fine. Oh, I need all three of these. I need all of these. Elkhorn 95, the mighty Elkhorn, has entered the second month of a 6-month gift subscription from Cosmic Dancer. Cosmic, thank you so much for being such a wonderful, generous supporter of the stream. And Elkhorn, good to see you. What's shaking? The bacon. That goes in here. And then this. Guess this goes right in the middle. Probably part of the center console would be my guess. And these attach. Here. Yeah, the front definitely has some shape now, 100%. I'll give you all a closer look. Well, and this is going to really build up the back because we've got these big chunky pieces here. This is the end of the bag anyway. Thankfully, this is still very sturdy to press on. I did not find that was the case with I'm missing two pieces here. Yeah, I probably have those handy. I'm sure they're from the last bag. I've got this little Tupperware dish of all the spare pieces, like the extra pieces that Lego gives you. So yeah, right there you can see that I've missed a couple of pieces from last week. It's funny because I would consider myself a fairly detail-oriented person, but I think it's the combination of being a little bit too sure of yourself building Lego and also being distracted by having a live chat. Oh, did I miss 4 of them? No. Okay, we had those. Okay. They go 2 past. That goes there. Messed up somewhere. That or the graphic is just really hard to see. Oh, those are little plates. That's what it is. I thought they were full pieces. Okay. This goes there. And then these little guys go here and there. And then that. And all these go into my spare bits. Seems like a lot. I guess I used all the things in all the places I was supposed to. Yeah, this wasn't that complicated of a bag, so I guess I'm good. If I missed something, I'm sure I will find it. Break time approaches at 88 miles an hour. Well, that's good. You know what? I'm going to leave these out of the container for now. I'll just put them over to the side. So before I scoot off, we did a little bit of a chunk here, but really the bulk of that bag was the shape of the hood, the angle of the hood, these little attachments, the wheel well, and of course the front bumper, which looks quite cool once the autofocus catches it. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take that break. If you are new, I do this once an hour. Gives me a chance to reheat my coffee, stretch my legs. You should do the same thing. Grab a friend, grab a snack. We'll be back in 5 minutes, right after I thank Cosmic Dancer for 1,000 bits. Bag 5 complete. Thanks so much, Cosmic. That's amazing. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, on to bag number 6. Thanks, Cosmic. It's funny, I like the combination of a cool day, having the window open, and a hot cup of coffee. 118. Thank you, Dan. I think we might be doing a little bit of the interior of the car. This next bag. Or we might be working on the rear wheel wells. Now that I see these pieces in here, more than likely what we're doing. Is it too early to ask what goals are looking like for 2023? No. No, I'd like to, it sounds, I guess. Well, I mean, I tend to think about it from a business perspective just because I've been running my own business from home for years before I started streaming, which is still, part of the home business, but it's shifted from illustration to live content. And, I'd like to kind of raise the tide, I guess, across the channel and try to just generate more numbers, because it's all statistically, X amount of your viewers will be the kind of people that are able to support. I have a certain number I have to hit in order to be able to do this full time. If not, I have to return to doing more freelance work and stuff. So I'm trying to increase the baseline. Like, we talk about this on the Spawn Chunks all the time, of increasing the entry level, like the landscape artist, the lowest level on Patreon, like that. Those kind of supporters generally stick around the longest and are the most consistent. And then you as a business, while you're eternally grateful that people are supporting you, to do a business plan, like, you have to have some consistent income. And so I've got some financial goals personally, and a lot of that hinges on a steady flow, of small bits, right? And that's the most stable. So really that comes down to, on Twitch, that comes to just like consistently streaming. I'd like to keep these Lego Let's Chats going. I'd like to, my Friday, Saturday, Sunday has been in the stone for a while. I tend to be lately doing a lot of streams on weekdays that are not as scheduled. Like, they're generally afternoons, but there's no set day and set time. I'd love to be able to add a stream consistently where I knew I would have the time to do it. But in order to really kind of do that, it's like one of those chicken and egg questions, right? To justify the time, I have to make sure that the stream is being supported. So, and that's just not financially, that's more like finding the time during the week where the most people will show up, right? Because again, I don't want this conversation to sound greedy, but it's finding the time during the week where, unlike a Friday or a Saturday, Sunday afternoon, which a lot of people in North America are not working, trying to find that time during the week where folks are available to watch, you know? And that's one of the reasons why I think the Lego Let's Chat does okay, is because it can be that Friday second monitor while you work stream for some people. So I guess one goal would be to increase the number of streams. I would say another one would be to maintain the Lego Let's Chats. I've got to buy a new set in the new year. I mean, we'll be weeks on this. This will take me well into January to finish. So I've got some time to figure out what's happening. Got some time to see Lego's new releases, that kind of thing. So Lego Let's Chat, increasing, like having at least, I would say, first quarter, a really good goal in 2023 would be to have one more day in the week that's scheduled. I'd like to keep on playing Satisfactory, so part of that is probably going to be hoping to find that a week or a day during the week that I can consistently do it. I've been able to stream the occasional Mondays, and that's because we've been getting pretty good at publishing the spawn chunks quite quickly after we finish our live recording, so that is something to consider as well. But at the moment, there are days where the spawn chunks doesn't get published until 4:30 or 5, and I can't schedule a stream. So like right now, I would consider any Monday stream a bonus stream. I knew that wasn't going to work out quite as well. So that's at least part of that question answered. I'd like to branch out and play a couple more games. It's hard finding the right game to stream. I think the challenge there is the existing viewers what they expect, what I like to play. For example, I'm playing High on Life right now on the Xbox, and that is 1000% not family friendly, to the point where I would almost be a little embarrassed to play it. You know, like there'd be some shock value, I think, in people tuning into my channel and seeing that being played. It's taught me a little bit about why I don't, why I never get into Rick and Morty. Never been a show I liked. I haven't given it much of a chance, but given that this game is from the same creator, I can see why it wasn't something I latched onto, you know? I never did finish Borderlands 3, but there's this weird window of like, once a game is old, it's kind of hard to play it on stream and get any kind of traction when your goal is, as a business, to try and grow the channel. I mean, all that said, I mean, it's a lot of it has to do with discovery. I think I really have to get off my stubborn streak and start posting on something like TikTok. I tried. I mean, Cosmic, you and I have tried collecting clips. Leaving clips on my channel is just a terrible idea. It's always someone just like bookmarking something. It's never ever anything interesting, so it becomes just more work than it's worth to have clips on. There are some clips that Cosmic and I have taken some time to very carefully select, but it's not something that I really have the time to go through. So having some outside discovery is probably a good idea. We all have no idea what's going to happen to Twitter in the next 3 to 6 months. So, I mean, I only really use Twitter as like a notification system for people that are not part of the Discord, for like when I'm live. I don't really use it as a way for people to discover me. We just use it as like a news feed for everything. I use it for this. We use it for the Spawn Chunks. I use it for the Little Cafe. Those. Yes, Cosmic. I was under the impression that I would be waiting for the new year. So there's one nice thing about Lego never being on sale, is that you're never like rushing to get something at any kind of like low price. It's always the same. And I'd say the only difference there is like, if it's a set that you anticipate to be very popular, like this one actually, sometimes it's worth me waiting and staying up until 1 o'clock in the morning to snag a set, you know? Oh, I forgot about all these. tell, are these two different colors? Just the way that the light was hitting them. I thought some of them might have been shiny. A little bit challenging with this gray matte. Most of the time it's quite clear. Every now and again. It does become a little bit hard to tell. Thanks for the heads up, Cosmic. Low says, I tried TikTok once, only got ultra right wing. So part of that is just how you interact with the app. For example, I get a lot of puppy videos, and I'm okay with that. But you kind of have to like follow certain people, and I don't pretend to know what the algorithm is really doing. I can see in some ways how when something catches on, my gosh, like the term TikTok famous is not a, it's not a myth, you know. Like I've seen just little things, even within like the puppy world of like this rescue organization rescuing some stray puppy, and then asking TikTok to say, hey, look, can you help us raise, I don't know, like $1,500 for like the vet bill and the adoption fees and all this kind of stuff to get this dog the care that it needs. And like it happens just in no time, right? So there's a lot of good, you know, happening in that way. So, and that's something else too. And this is not like a big plug for TikTok. I mean, I'm on there if people want to go follow, but like I have never made a video. I don't tend to be on video much. I think that's just my age showing. Not that I look old, just my preferences, I guess. But the there's an option. If you see a video that you don't like, you can say, no TikTok. Show me less of that. Don't show me that again, please. And I find that is helpful because it actually listens, which is cool. Oops. Those fit there? Yes, they will. I have painted myself into a very tight corner here. I have no idea how I'm going to solve this. Do I have any little pieces that can go there? Two. Some weird little blip of color. This is one of those bags that ends up taking a while, even though you don't anticipate it to. Not that I don't enjoy this part of it. And of course there's 3 instead of 2. Actually, let's put these in there. Going back to what you were saying about goals for next year, does art and illustration still factor into your workload? Not at the moment. I have a potential design project with Ryan Murphy that might, it depends on a government grant, so like, who knows? It was one of those things where like, well, the opportunity's there, I'll take it if it comes. But no, I haven't done any full-on design work coming up on a year. That's not my own, or like little favors for a friend or something. Yeah, like I said, I painted myself into a corner here, something fierce. Well, I guess these just stay out here. Yeah, no, it's been a long time. It might not be a full year. It might have been last April. But it's definitely long enough that I don't remember. And there's been a couple things where it's just been like an old client calling me up and saying, hey, can we have a different version, different color of this thing? And that's not, I don't consider that really like a heavy project. I mean, like creating something from scratch. I've certainly not drawn anything, and certainly not drawn anything for myself. I don't think since I was creating emotes for the channel. So it's been a while. It has been a while. That's another thing. So that's less of a goal for 2023. That it's more of a to-do list for 2023. I really need to finish up the stream badges and the emotes for the channel. I've got lots of space for more emotes. It's a little embarrassing that I don't have everything sorted. Well, like I said, this is not the easiest bag as far as knowing things out go, but we got there. I feel like there's gonna be some fun pieces part of this, like fun build aspects of the DeLorean. I'm not sure what visual skills I employ to do knolling. I guess it's like spatial awareness and problem solving, but I mean, depending on what you're looking at, it may or may not be successful. What new emotes would I do? I think the first thing I'd like to do is focus on some sub badges, because there's some people that have been around for several years and they still have the 1 year emote or a sub badge. So I think I'd like to increase that, you know, increase the visual value of that, I guess. Waves in space keystone badge. Well, you have one. You have one. Excuse me. There was a recent change with follower emotes. Before, you could only use follower emotes in that channel. Now you can use follower emotes in any channel you are subscribed to. In any channel. I'm unsure how I feel about this. Yeah, that kind of reduces the value of them, I guess. A rainbow one, yeah. I think, you know, we could have some fun with like Banhammer. I don't want to fall into the trap of doing pixel art for emotes, because it all then seems very Minecraft focused, and I'd like to do more, you know, than just Minecraft focused stuff. All right, so we need 2 of these and 2 of those. And then go here. Interesting how these little pegs are actually just being rested on. They're not actually connecting to anything. And then this goes here. Sold ship. It's part of the process for me, which I quite enjoy. We are definitely going to run into the problem of not having enough room. Have the DeLorean in shot with the instruction book. I'm using this piece right away. So this goes inside here. Oh, I'm gonna flip her over. Working on a new car also. Mine is midway to new water pump though. Oh, like an IRL car? Or are you building one of the Lego Technic builds? Those are big. I mean, they seem popular, but they're also like really large builds. One of those, and then pretty straightforward. And then that goes on right side over here. And as I suspected, we have to build two. It almost feels like Operation. You guys remember that old tabletop game? Trying to get pieces out without nudging anything else. I fail most of the time. I was never good at that game. Big hands. I think that's everything. Word Nerdify subscribing at tier 1, 5 months, 1 month away from the 6-month Air Keystone badge. Thanks ever so much, Word Nerdify. I really appreciate you supporting the channel, especially since you've been around for a while. That's awesome. We were just talking about like the channel stability and how I'm approaching 2023 a little while ago, and consistency in viewership and community was one of the things we were talking about. So thanks ever so much for being a part of it. And we need one of these little guys. This goes right in there. I guess that was easier than giving a piece that was 5 bits long. Need these little dudes. Goes on like that. Are you still open to take commissions, or is that something you've stopped now? I've stopped for now. I'm pretty sure my website says they're closed. I had a friend that I used to work with approach me for an idea for a Christmas gift, but it was like they approached me in December, and I'm just like, if you had asked me in September maybe, but I just don't have. The thing is, like, when I have commissions like that, and I've talked to people about doing commissions for their emotes, and yes, there are people that are still on the list, and I do need to get to that, but I also have to double check with people because it's been so long that I feel like if I was to just do them, then it would be very presumptuous. But the problem is that I don't have a full 9 to 5 Monday to Friday studio work week anymore. I have Wednesdays and Thursdays. I try to take Tuesdays off. So Wednesdays and Thursdays are days that I can try to get some stuff done, but it's not a lot, and it's hard to kind of get into a groove of a project. So, and I think the other part of it is that I am pretty rusty, and so I think doing my own emotes would be a good way to kind of like get myself back into the groove, as it were. That's cool. And that goes like that. There's one there, but then we've got another little bit here, and then 5 more. And this goes on the back. That. And then I've got one of these and one of these to stick on the very end. See what I mean? Operation fail. So commissions aside, oh, am I missing something there? That feels like it's very low. Yeah, those don't really line up. Looks like they're supposed to. Oh, I see. This is just not. That wasn't straight. Okay. Yeah, that lines up better now. Whoa, whoa, wait a minute. No falling apart. You can't do that until you're in 1855. Or 1885, excuse me. Death Skull, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Work surface have perfect contrast. Thanks. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out what surface would be the best, but it works out pretty well. I feel like I've missed some chat. For what it's worth, Joel, as a person who's been around for a long time, it's been wonderful to watch you watch and grow. Streamer and wonderful community around the content you create and grow. Thanks very much, Cosmic. That's nice of you to say. It has been fun to see a lot of people start streaming from Infinity Cove that are part of the community that had not streamed before, and they kind of got the idea from watching me and thought like, hey, Joel makes it look pretty easy and fun. And I think you, Cosmic, had mentioned to me the idea of like instilling some good streamer habits. Like apparently several of the streamers that are part of the community, they also take those hourly breaks, which I think it's a good expectation to set. I mean, it's also great because like it allows me to keep ads on a stream where I normally would not, and then run ads during breaks where people are not missing anything, right? Because I gotta say, one of my biggest pet peeves, and I see it in other streamers I try to watch, is when they're doing something and then those pre-programmed uncontrolled ads run in the middle of their stream. It doesn't incentivize me to sub. It really kind of turns me off. And I know it's not their fault, like that's Twitch doing things, but I really feel like the ads in a stream, I mean, the audience is really savvy, and I don't think you're making any friends. And then by that I mean Twitch. Like I don't think Twitch is making any friends. No one is watching an ad for something on Twitch and not rolling their eyes and like certainly not clicking on it, right? I don't think it's certainly not something that I do. And I've been frustrated before where I'm trying to tune in, and there's like a lot of pre-roll ads. So that's why I run ads during the breaks, is because for the next 20 minutes, there's no pre-roll ads for anybody that comes in, which is nice. And the same thing we did before, just in reverse. That's cool. I'm glad that everybody's having so much fun in Infinity Cove. Shameless self-promotion, that's my patron server on patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's a Minecraft server for anybody that's here watching Lego and going like, what the heck are you talking about? Funny, if you had to ask me, I would have thought that these would have gone on the other way around, but interesting. Ads during strange times in streams are a pet peeve for me, especially when some streamers randomly run ads mid-sentence. Yeah, that's the thing. That's not the streamer running the ads. That's the streamer doing like what's recommended by Twitch, and Twitch is recommending that you run ads, 3 minutes of ads every hour. And if you do that, then you get like a bonus, like you get more financially. So if I wanted more money from ads on Twitch, and I'm pretty sure I can't talk about how much I make from it, so it's not a lot. If I wanted more from ads, I'd have to run them that way. When I run 3 minutes of ads every hour, but on my own time. So I do the exact same thing. I meet the quota, but I don't meet the criteria to qualify for those bonuses because, or a better deal in terms of ad revenue, because I'm not doing it their way. And their way is the interrupt the streamer way. And I just won't do it. I mean, never say never. if it got to the point where it was just too lucrative to pass up, I might consider it. But as of right now, it is not something that I'm looking to do. I mean, I figure if I'm going to step away and take a break anyway, then that's the opportunity, you know, to run ads. I mean, really, the most financially stable way to support me as a creator is Patreon, because it's the most economical. It's a weird little piece. It's the most economical for people, and I find the most consistent. I see the least amount of fluctuations in Patreon. I want to say these are maybe the rear headlights. Let's say not rear headlights, rear tail lights, brake lights. I could be wrong. Could also be something inside with like the flux capacitor or something. So then this goes sideways and this attaches here. Okay, I feel like that's definitely like a tail light. Yeah. What is it attached to? Oh, I missed a spot. This one. Yep. Tail light and turn signal. Very cool. And I'm gonna say we have to do it again. Is there something you would like to do more of in 2023, professional or personal wise? Well, in the last month or two, last 2 months, Steven ESC and I have been going to the gym 4 days a week instead of 3. And I've really been enjoying that. I definitely need to get in better shape. Not that I'm in bad shape, but now that I've been back into the gym and I'm feeling good about it and seeing the benefits of it, I want to make sure I keep that up. Professionally, I really need to figure out a way to get the Citadel Cafe back to 4 episodes a month. Right now it's at 2 at best, and I've found that scheduling that show has been challenging. Not complaining, because my friends are very generous with their time, and the guests that come on that show, it's not a paid gig, whereas the Spawn Chunks, like Johnny and I, are splitting that income professionally. But the Citadel Cafe is such a small show that I have to try and schedule, you know, guests and things, and everybody's just volunteering, and they all have kids and lives and all that kind of stuff. Is that going the right way? Yep. Right, so then goes over here. Yeah, did that right. Cool. So yeah, like when you've got a co-host that has 2 kids under 5, right? I'm not upset that that's a challenge to schedule. That is unsurprising that that's a challenge to schedule, right? Cosmic is saying, "Great Scott, it's break time." This is heavy. I love the Back to the Future break quotes, by the way. That's hilarious. Yes, and a good spot. Good spot to do that. We'll come back and finish up this bag after the break. As per usual, I take a 5-minute break once an hour. You get to watch ads or don't watch ads. You should actually be getting up and going away from your computer too. And that way you don't get bored to tears by ads, and then you can also get yourself a stretch. So I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. So I think we will have just enough time to finish up the 6th bag today, so that should be good. Looks like we're working in the engine, I guess. I need all 4 of these. Thanks, folks. And 2. We're making some visual changes, I guess. Being able to see what's happening, I guess, with the outside lines of the car. We're finally like seeing some, I guess, design proportions. So then this goes. These yellow pieces go in first. I'm sort of turning this around in my head just so it fits on camera better. Yeah, seeing the lines down the sides I think has really helped. It's certainly, I think you can certainly feel the scale of it now. Now that we've got, I think last week that helped, but then this week you can really sort of feel the size of it. Well, we've got the taillights are here and the headlights are there. So like we know how long it is now, right? So you can kind of get the rest of the scale that might be happening from that. I think that's everything. Okay, so then we got 2 of these. Speaking of the Citadel Cafe, as you were before the break, would live recordings of the podcast these do the Spawn Chunks be something you would consider? 100%, yeah. No, I've been meaning to put that in place because of how easy it is. It wasn't something we ever did before because it was kind of a hassle for such a small audience. But now, after a really good year or two in my personal Discord, with the growth that I see from Minecraft, from the Citadel Cafe, from Spawn Chunks coming over from Twitch, there's a much larger audience that would probably enjoy the live idea for a live show there. There. That feels kind of strange, but okay. So yes, that's one of the things. I think I want to put it on as a Patreon goal. The trouble is, I'm not sure if we're close to a Patreon goal. That's challenging. I know, I mean, like, when it comes to the Citadel Cafe, like, I can talk about the behind the scenes on that, no problem, because it's my show. So we bring in, I think it's $70 US per show on Patreon. It's a public facing number. It's not a secret. So maybe if we hit 100, that would be a good benchmark, you know? And this all connects up to there. Don't know why those are blue, but we'll go with it. That's all 4 of these. So yeah, live, as far as the Citadel Cafe goes, live recordings would be good. Because we do those recordings anyway. Those recordings are not always the same day. That's the other thing. It's not, see, the Spawn Chunks, the show records every Monday at 10 o'clock Atlantic. But the Spawn Chunk, or not, the Citadel Cafe is sometimes Wednesday evenings at 8. Sometimes it's Wednesday mornings. It all depends on who's available. All 6 of these? I guess I have it backwards. 6 more of those. And all 5 of these. It's gonna be a big piece. It's a big chunk. Take this and we start lining up these guys. Given some of the topics of discussion, sometimes some not safe for work shows and some adult language, would a live recording be something you would put behind an age restriction? No. My Discord is behind a paywall. So folks that are in the Discord have to be old enough to have a PayPal account. And if they're old enough to have a PayPal account, they're old enough to be on the internet. And between the internet and their daily school outing, I am sure that they hear much worse than what comes out of my mouth on the Citadel Cafe. It's funny, Cosmic, I was thinking about that the other day. Steven and I were driving to the gym, and Steven was talking about something at home. I don't remember what it was, but he was frustrated. And so he swore in the car. And it was really funny because even on the Citadel Cafe, Steven stays family friendly. Not that he has to. But I mean, like, he's an adult human. He uses adult language. But not very often. so when he was swearing, when he did a swear drop in the car, I was like, oh, that's right. Those words can come out of Steven's mouth. He chooses not to most of the time. So this is going to be fun. I think this is the mounting system for maybe the exhaust. The big crazy jets that come out the back of this. These are hard to get in. There we go. Some satisfying clicks. And then these all go across the bottom. Oops. Oh no, that's inside the car. Interesting. So this is the dashboard. I thought this was the rear. Neat. And looks like that attaches back here. Like that. Good stuff, good stuff. Cosmic is like, I love hearing Steven swear. It happens so infrequently, but it's a treat when it does. I feel like, I mean, I don't swear that much in real life. I know that I'm a bit of a foul mouth when Steven and I are at the gym, but that's part of that, I guess, mentality, I guess. But I think that over the years, even though I have a explicit tag on the Citadel Cafe, it's not because necessarily we spend a lot of time swearing. It's more because the shows that we cover, like Game of Thrones or The Peripheral, like, they're violent action shows and very often will deal with adult subject matter. So even if we are we're kind of clean speaking, the show we're talking about may not be. So, you have to kind of keep that in mind. But I do enjoy the freedom on the Citadel Cafe of being able to swear now and again. I find it freeing. So this goes on the back. Oh, this goes here. Let's see. That should have been a two-step image, I think. So this, I believe, is the rear bumper. Gotta run, word nerdify. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for the chill stream. You're welcome. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Hope to see you again soon. Again, we mentioned earlier that I'll be streaming a little bit more probably between Christmas and New Year's, so keep an eye out on Twitter or the Discord for that. I see that you are a sub, so you have access to that. Reminder that anybody that has a gift sub or a Prime sub in chat, that you can join the Discord. Which is another reason why I'm not too worried about having a live show be age specific in the Discord, is because the Discord is only accessed by people that support the channel. And generally on the internet, you don't see a lot of people paying money to be troublemakers. So that part is usually means it's a fairly safe space. It's an adult space, not in a... I should say it's a mature space, because adult space makes it sound racy, but it's a matured space. So I don't find it gets overly vulgar, but I also don't find that my Discord suffers fools either, which is nice, because I don't... As patient as I am, I found that streaming has in ways reduced my patience sometimes. Cosmic, I'm sure you can kind of vouch for a loss of patience as someone that mods, I think, 10 different channels now. Is that how many channels you mod? Would you ever consider something I've seen other streamers do, myself included, an after dark stream when you turn on the mature content option and use adult language and maybe NSFW game? Yeah, I think I had a successful experiment with that with Borderlands 3 when that came out. I need to look at some more games that might do that. I would have had to have done that if I was going to stream the cycle, the frontier, the cycle. What's it called? Cycle Frontier something? Or just called the Cycle Frontier. Yeah, if I had been streaming that game, then we would have had to do something similar, because there are like public chat options in that game. Oh, cool. This is the underside. That's neat. And there's grippy pieces there. And this all attaches here, and then that allows it to go at an angle. That's if you can get the grippy pieces. Oh, this grippy piece is the wrong way. That definitely won't work. Oh, now it's in there. Let's do this instead. Nope. So you can see how that kind of goes on straight, but then it comes down at an angle. I'll show you again this side too. So I guess it's some part of the underside of the car, and then it goes at an angle nicely. This is very cool. I wonder if the DeLorean actually has like running lights like that underneath. This gap here is strange. That's an odd decision, but there's still more to come, so I really don't know. And I don't see any rear view on the box. But that is the end of bag 6 and the end of today's stream. So as a quick summary, what we ended up doing today was sidelines on the hood. We also put on the front end of the car, which you can see quite clearly there, along with the DeLorean Motor Company logo. We added a little bit on the back, rear bumper and the tail lights, signal lights, and then a little bit inside. Looks like maybe the beginning of the dashboard, the center console for like the Mr. Fusion and the flux capacitor and stuff. And then we started the engine bay, which is actually in the back of the car. So there's lots of cool stuff to happen there, I'm sure. Oh, and we also finished the wheel wells. So you can really kind of see the beginning of the DeLorean taking shape and the scale that this is going to be. It's very cool. It feels very sturdy now too, which is nice. But that's going to be where we wrap up today. Cosmic Dancer with 1,000 bits. Thanks ever so much. Bag 6 done. Hype. Really appreciate it. Cosmic is saying I didn't have much patience to start with. Well, hopefully I've rubbed off on you a little bit. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a follow before you take off. We're going to try to pass you on to somebody either building Lego or playing Minecraft. One of the two. I will... the figures are too small. Yeah, Dan, but they're not supposed to be... They're not supposed to be in the car. It's not a figure size. It's not minifig scale. It's like collector scale. That's the thing, right? These guys are meant to be like on the plaque that sits out in front of it. Looks like a car halfway through manufacture. Yeah, I agree, Obo. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, once again, you can leave a follow here, and we can resume the stream tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and it will not be Lego, it will be Minecraft. And we will be back on the Citadel, working on some medieval builds there. That's Saturday and Sunday at 1 o'clock Atlantic, UTC minus 4 hours. That's happening this weekend, and this will be the last weekend until Christmas, because Christmas, of course, is on a weekend this year. So I will not be streaming on the 24th, 25th, 26th. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Make sure to check out Twitter. Joel Duggan, social media is all Joel Duggan and very easy to find. And as I mentioned earlier, Patreon, if you'd like to support the channel, if you want to join the Discord and contribute to the conversations about what we're doing next year and how we're going to change some podcasts and change some things, then that is the place to do it. Very much appreciate everyone today. Hope you had a fantastic Friday afternoon. We're going to pass you on to Alabar playing some chill Minecraft. I will see you on the flip side. Have a good one. Bye for now.